Uh, Leon, thanks for joining us. Sunday, Reading here at the M Group Stadium, 2 p.m. kickoff. Is it one you're looking forward to?
100%. I think we're looking at these games booked in the calendar thinking we have to be up for it. They've picked up a really good run of results recently. They've shown their talent. And again, two good teams playing against each other is always going to make good entertainment.
Yeah, they're doing quite well this season, aren't they, Reading? I suppose with our FA Cup run, we've got a few games in hand and stuff hasn't been going quite our way, but we had an impressive win on Sunday. And I imagine you're looking to bring the momentum from that game into this one.
Yeah, the way I see the FA Cup run is just more experience in big games, big football matches. And we've had plenty of experience in those type of games this season, so it's prepping us really well for this game.
It's a big game in its own right, isn't it? Oxford City versus Reading, Oxfordshire versus Berkshire. A bit of a local rivalry, if you like. Do you think that will transpire on the pitch?
I hope it just adds a little bit of fuel to it. I don't think the girls will need it, but I think if that's the bit that steers them over the edge and helps us push for it better, then 100%.
What are they thinking going into this one?
I think they're excited. They're excited to sort of see, what threat there is, but more importantly, to prove how good we are.
Obviously, it's not very good for Reading because they've had their plight, which has been well documented in women's football circles. Obviously, they were in the WSL just a couple of seasons ago. Obviously, the team have kind of disbanded because of that, but they're really building back from the bottom, if you like, in our division. And last year was a bit of one where they were kind of, starting to get used to their new surroundings. And this year they've done quite well. They're a club on the up, and it's going to be a really difficult game against a very good team.
Yeah, 100%. I think we can't ignore that. We can't ignore the history behind it as well. But I think in regards to us, we have to use our experience. Have to use our experience at the level. We've got to use what's made us successful recently as well, and especially in the bigger matches. And that's going to be the bit that sees us.
Don't want to focus on Reading too much. We're going to ask one more question kind of on them. You look at the likes of Fran Kirby, who came through their academy, and they ended up selling for $1 million, I think it was, to Chelsea in a few years ago. They're a team that have got a really good reputation in the women's game. Does that kind of add fuel to the fire? You were saying just then about adding fuel to the players. Does that make it a more exciting contest for you?
I think we can't get too bogged down in history. I think we have to play the opposition in front of us, not the ones that their predecessors. At the moment, we can only play the team that's in front of us, and we know a little bit about their strengths and their weaknesses. So that's the bit that we're going to go and focus on.
It's been a good season for us so far. The FA Cup run, of course, it came to an end, but it was a record equaling run. We're still in the County Cup. We're about to get underway in that. We're still in the Chairman's Cup after the win on Sunday. The league now, it's time to focus on that on Sunday. How do you kind of switch off and differentiate between all those competitions when you're kind of still in every single one? You sometimes hear it when you get knocked out of a competition, say, well, at least we can concentrate on the league. For you guys, it's not quite like that. We're still in with a shout of a lot of things.
No, I think it's can we carry on momentum in all courts? Any positive momentum for us is going to help. In the same way, we approach every opposition with the same respect. Just because it's County Cup, just because it's Chairman's Cup, we approach things the same way. We want to win football matches.
Team news, how are we looking? There was one very notable absentee, Amy Leach, that we'll get onto in a minute. But apart from that, how are we looking?
Strong. Yeah. We've got a few big recruits back, and hopefully the new guys can get their opportunity to show how good they are and why they're here. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
We'll talk about Amy Leach now. We'll be missing her for a few months now because she's pregnant. We're obviously wishing her all the best in that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, she's still been around the squad. We all wish her well, and we all, we're here to support her, and she'll be training still throughout as much as she can to make sure that she still has that access to us as a group.
That's great to hear, though, isn't it? Because it can be difficult when you're injured. In this case with Amy, she'll be sidelined for a few months for good reasons, which is a rarity. But that shows how strong the group is, isn't it? That she wants to stay around the place and wants to continue to be involved, albeit from the sideline.
That's it. Well, stuff like non-contact training is stuff that we all offer to make sure that she still feels a part of the squad. She's played half the season already for us. We're not just going to go, right, okay, you're on the sidelines now. We're going to try and see how much we can have her involved as much as she can.
Talking about players being involved, in the last few weeks we've made a couple of new additions. Obviously, Lucy Durham a few weeks ago and Kira coming in just before Sunday's game. How are those two players settling into the squad?
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of the social setting, they've there's not really been much of a transition piece. They've just settled right in. That's been really nice to see, and it's a testament to the group we have in front of us. More importantly, they both offer completely different things to what we have on the pitch as well, in regards to their respective positions, but also how versatile they can be, and in terms of being that Swiss Army knife that we can use for whatever areas we need if we need to change tactically.
Obviously, going forward, this is a start of a really important period for us, if you like. The league fixtures and cup fixtures, to be fair, are staggered, so it's quite hard to look too far ahead anyway with our season. But we've got 2 back-to-back home games, obviously Sunday against Reading and then Woodley. Here, we're a real force to be reckoned with, and that's got to be something you're looking forward to, not just for Reading on Sunday, but then the Sunday after as well.
Yeah, I mean, barring the FA Cup, losing once here in all season is something we're very proud of. It's something that we take as our home, but more importantly, we just see, look, we need to win every game in front of us, wherever that ends up at the beginning of the season. The end of the season, that's going to be the case. We can't think too far ahead and get bogged down on that. We've got to approach every step at the time.
And the final one from me, after I've bombarded you with questions. The fans, we're going to have a few fans here on Sunday. It's our grassroots weekend. A lot of people coming to us as a club, specifically asking for tickets for Sunday's game against Reading. A lot of people looking forward to it. Hopefully it brings a lot to the atmosphere, and it'd be great to play again like those FA Cup games in front of a bigger crowd. It's a great day out for the families that come, but for you guys and the players, it just adds to it, doesn't it? How important is it that the fans get behind the team as well and have a really good day, because that really does transfer onto the pitch, doesn't it?
I think some of the games we've had the biggest attendances, you look at Sherborne was 500 to 700. Yeah. Swindon was nearly 800 people. You're looking around thinking, right, what's this going to do to the group in front of you? Are you going to take the pressure that comes with and take it as support? And they very much did. So I think that's going to play into our favour very much so. But more importantly, for grassroots football in itself, the opportunity to come down and support not only women's football, but grassroots football as a whole at a club that has multiple games going on in that day is a testament to the facility that we have that's able to hold that many games and support that many youth teams and, support all the volunteers that, and give back to them with free tickets.
Brilliant. Leon, I know you're busy, so I really appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
Thank you.